Salutations, I'm Starlord77, and today we've got a new build for you guys. We've got the Satisfaction Rocket Launcher. Now, I know this wasn't on my list, but I haven't seen anybody play with this. Personally, I haven't seen anybody play with it much, so I want to play with it a bit. And that's kind of like the direction that I've been pointing my channel towards, is I'm just gonna do what I want to do, instead of doing this weird corporate style thing with these videos where I cycle through a whole bunch of weapons and then get through it all and be like, oh, well, now none of this actually feels authentic. So I'm just gonna do the weapons that I want, and then if it happens to be on the list, then cool. Whenever I get to those weapons and I actually feel like I'm comfortable releasing a video on those, then that's awesome. I will be looking at it for ideas and inspiration, but I won't be using it as a set in stone. I will be doing this video, this one, or this one on that list. Which is the way that I sort of was doing it unintentionally for a while. So we're gonna gear away from that and go back to how I originally did this. I just want to play with weapons, and I want to play around with random items and see how this works. So we've got the Satisfaction Rocket Launcher. This little Torg rocket launcher fires 5 projectiles, each of them doing splash damage because it's a rocket launcher. They're small little stickies, so when they land, they wait for 2 seconds and then they explode. All 5 of them wait for 2 seconds and explode. And the fun thing about this, the unique effect to this is after a certain distance, it starts to slightly track targets. Now, I don't think it says that on Loot Lemon. You know, it doesn't say that at all on Loot Lemon. But that's what's been happening for me, at least. I don't know if that's a common thing with these launchers or not. I don't think it is. So I'm pretty sure it's unique to this weapon. I don't play with Torg launchers very much, so I'm gonna have to play around with some purple ones when I do like another playthrough at some point, if I ever do a playthrough again at some point. We'll see. I'll have to take another look. But this launcher I have been having a lot of fun with on this build. Now, there's one key thing that makes this super fun. It is this comm right here, the Sub-Zero Radical. Now, this class mod gives +5 to Cold Bore. For those who don't know, Cold Bore at 5 points gives 200% cryo damage. At 10 points, it's 400% cryo damage. It's kind of a big number. It's kind of a big number. And then we're swapping to the Guardian Angel with 150/90, which 150/90 isn't going to be applied to every single projectile, just simply because after the first or second explosion, the rest of them are going to be past, it's going to be past that 90% threshold. So we're not going to be getting that 150 on all 5 projectiles, but there's a high likelihood that at least a couple of them are going to get it. And I can't really think of very many other anointments that would work better in this slot. Now, for other mechanics that I was thinking of, I couldn't really think of anything to put on the shield because I didn't want to run a Revolter. I don't like that shield. So I'm not using it. I might use other amp shields at some point, but I came with this little idea of having the shield break amp damage anointment on a relatively high capacity shield. That way you're still getting that survivability, and then when the shield breaks, you are getting that anointment to proc. And it adds a little bit of variety, especially with the hard meta of Revolter is best shield unless it's a launcher or sniper rifle or something that only has 1 projectile, but it's really good. And so then you get an Infernal Wish to double the projectiles. Well, get +1 projectiles. And so it's like, this gives a little bit of variety. And I like variety. That's like half the point of what I do here. So I'm throwing in a gas mask, and the gas mask just has high capacity. And I know a lot of people have been like, what the heck is this shield even for? I don't see very many people use it. The Double Downer is kind of just a better fight for your life shield if you're struggling to fight for your life. So the Double Downer is kind of just a better gas mask, which begs the question, why did they make the gas mask as a DLC item? Like, you get this out of Arms Race. So there were definitely some doubts there, but when I was looking, I was like, it's a high shield capacity. It has a high base shield capacity. So I went and grabbed one. I was like, that's a pretty high base shield capacity. So here we are, gas mask with the shield break, amp damage anointment. Is it doing that much for the build? Not really, but it's there to do that thing once in a while. Now, I'm probably going to find a build where that actually helps a lot, and that's going to be super fun. But we'll see. Now, we are running a toboggan here with launcher damage, movement speed, cooldown. Really freaking good for this build and most launcher builds on Zane. We have a Peonade here. And then here are the skill trees. So I didn't do Violent Violence or Playing Dirty. Playing Dirty wouldn't be helpful because +1 projectiles on a 5 projectile weapon means that we're getting 6 projectiles, which is we have a chance getting 6 projectiles. I'd rather have a chance at firing faster. But even then, what's even better than getting the fire rate is getting reload speed. Because the launcher, it only has 2 shots, so having as fast a reload speed as possible is going to help us a heck of a lot with this. Now, red tree. I have a couple points of borrowed time because I had a couple spare points when I was going down purple. And this was one of the best skills to select out of these because I was having a little bit of cooldown issues when I was running through this and testing. When I was doing my original specs, I have Hardy Stock for that increased shield capacity for that anointment, even though the anointment really isn't doing too much right now. It just made sense. I was like, well, I may as well just grab this here. It's better than freaking Adrenaline, which isn't doing anything. It's literally just +0, basically, because I've topped off from my Guardian rank. So, whatever. And then, Ready for Action does help a bit. It's actually helpful here to activate that anointment more often, because it needs to recharge the full before it can activate the anointment again. And then we have Brain Freeze just to get down to All-Rounder. And Brain Freeze can be used in some of those scenarios where it's helpful for second wins or something like that. Now, Purple Tree. We have Deja Vu, 63% chance to add ammo. I don't think I've gotten this to add ammo like a singular time out of my testing runs, so this isn't doing very much. If maybe I might even use a Renegade for like Guardian Takedown runs with this build. If I was going to run this build in Guardian Takedown, I'd switch it to 3 Renegade, 2 Deja Vu. But even then, it's just like, whatever. Health regen isn't really doing too much for us. And then, again, Deja Vu, I haven't seen it proc. But I also could just be getting really bad luck. We are running Commitment for that cooldown. We have Headsman's Hand for that crit. We have Domino Effect for that reload speed. And we get Fire Rate, so that's kind of cool. But that doesn't matter because we need more mag size for more fire rate. But, so the reload speed's there. We have Art of War for stacking bonus damage, which is always going to be helpful on a launcher build because we are just firing one shot and then waiting for a long time. So we're activating our action skill a lot during that time frame to get that max stacks. Or at least as many as I feel like it before I shoot the next enemy. Eraser is always good with these kinds of things. If you land crits with this launcher and they explode, the projectiles tend to track towards other enemies, which is super fun. I noticed it when I shot a shield guy in one of my runs. I shot him in the head, and one of his projectiles ricocheted off his shields, and then the rest of them, I think 4 of them bounced out of his head after I shot him in the head. It didn't count as a crit because it didn't deal damage. And then when it exploded, I saw projectiles come out and they hit the enemy. And I was like, that's cool. That's really cool. We have Sheer Will for cooldown. Again, I was having slight cooldown issues. I don't think I'm going to have them anymore. And then we have Our Man Flint. So Our Man Flint here is super fun, especially for radiation weapons. When we land those critical hits, we're getting that status effect damage. That status effect damage, it's super helpful with radiation dots, just simply because when the guy dies, he explodes. It gives another chance to apply a radiation dot. So with this radiation launcher, if we blow up one guy, then that radius happens to hit another guy, then that's gonna do another explosion and hit another guy. So this way, it adds a little bit more radiation damage to that initial hit, giving us a little bit more radiation damage, spiraling along with those status effects. And yeah, that is the Satisfaction Zane build, and we're just gonna run this. Speaking of things feeling corporate, did you guys see what happened with Diablo 4? I'm pretty sure they're going free to play after having a whole bunch of people pay for their game. That sucked. That freaking shot sucked. What the heck? So it's like, I'm not a fan of Diablo 4. I haven't even tried it. I haven't tried it because of the anti-cheat and how invasive it is. But when it comes to the Diablo games, I used to be a big fan. I used to play Diablo 3 on the Xbox when I played Xbox games. And when you're playing on Xbox, you don't really need to worry about that kind of stuff, because it's not going to affect anything else other than that device, realistically. So it's not a worry in that regard. And so playing games like that on console is probably one of the better ways of doing it. When it came to Diablo 3, I loved the game, but I didn't like the seasonal aspects, and I felt like they were kind of going too heavy into it. And then when Diablo 4 dropped, everything that I've heard about that game has been, oh, this season made it good, or this season made it bad, or this season made it good. It's all about the balance patch that came out with the season. But there's also been a lot of people who are talking about how the seasons are what make Diablo, and entering that kind of sphere was kind of what drew me away from Diablo 4 initially. And then after seeing gameplay of it, I was kind of just like, this doesn't really seem interesting anymore. I still love to go back to Diablo 3, but Diablo 4 doesn't really seem up my alley. And there are some other games in that same genre that I am interested in. I haven't started back up Path of Exile 1. I tried it a long time ago when I wasn't as good with numbers as I am now. Well, scratch that. I was probably better with numbers back then specifically. It was just I didn't have as much focus or care to put towards the numbers as I do now. I still don't freaking do it. But when it came to that huge Atlas tree, I was just like, this is a lot, and I don't know how I feel about it. I've played a couple games since then that have Atlas trees, and I don't like the look of it. The style just is off-putting to me, and that's a Kraken one-shot with a radiation launcher. Good lord. I'm still sick. This is super annoying. This is probably going to come out... well, hopefully this comes out after the first Undertale video. But this is going to come out after my 100th video drop. And I hope y'all enjoy that, because that video took a lot of work to make. I say it as the 100th video drop. On my end, it would be the 100th video drop. I don't know if that is the actual videos that would show up on the page. I think it'd be 96, because I have privated a few videos. I have a couple privated videos on this account. So like stuff that I would showcase to a friend or something, I would just upload it as private, that kind of thing. And so it's oh, I almost just jumped off. I'm quite rusty. I haven't been playing this very much. I kind of just sat down late at night, freaking, well, I guess early in the morning Christmas Eve. It's because it's like 1:40. Yeah, 1:40. 1:40 in the morning on Christmas Eve. Just sitting here gaming because I was still freaking hyped up for the day. Ooh. There we go. You see that dot? That dot finished him off. I should have kept ADSing. I also should have kept the freaking Burning Angel out to let the dot finish him, but I was prepping my next kill, I guess. Oh. Freaking jerk. Just stood right there. Oh. I've been setting up a couple Minecraft mod packs. I'm planning on getting a second one set up now, but I'm currently in the middle of setting up a 1.16.5 mod pack based around PMMO or Project MMO. It's a mod that makes Minecraft more like a RPG style MMO game. It adds a leveling system for all of your stats. It makes it grindy, which is kind of annoying. I spent a lot of last night just hammering away at the config file, rebalancing the leveling system. And then after a little bit realizing that not everything was in the config file that I was looking at, and after going through all the files, it's like, I can't find the things that I actually wanted to rebalance in here. Because I have other mods in this mod pack as well. It's on CurseForge. If y'all want to go, if you want to check it out, it's freaking amateur. But if you guys want to check it out, Impractical Anime Alliances, because I am that kind of nerd. I love anime, and I thought it'd be funny to add some anime mods and put them together in some like arbitrary mod pack for my friends. And the premise of the pack is to set up like a kingdom or dynasty within the world. So you would team up with a whole bunch of NPCs, add them as like NPC allies, and to create your own kingdom out of allied NPCs, utilizing a couple of functions. One, there is better villagers in the mod pack, so each villager you can build up like a relationship with, and you can start having like companions and stuff from villagers, and you can customize their equipment, and they have like new models and stuff, so they look like other players. And so you can have this like army of villagers style thing. And then I also added the Tensura mod, the 1.16.5 version, which is out of date, so there is that. But I added that. It has a subordinate feature, so you can gift the form of magic from that mod. You can gift like an NPC a certain amount, like a percentage of your mana, and they will become your follower. And you can start like giving them equipment and stuff depending on what NPCs you choose. It doesn't work on every NPC, but it works on a good amount of them, if I remember right. This is all just me spouting off the top of my head. Because I haven't messed with that mod in a bit, and that's not the focus of the mod. That specific mod is not the focus of the mod pack. But when it comes to playing around with that mod pack, I've had a couple issues. The first one is a memory leak issue, which is what the alpha file was. There's a memory leak issue, and to an extent, it's still there. It's only there in multiplayer. I fixed it on single player, but I don't know what the multiplayer memory leak bug is. I set it to release form anyways, because one of my friends only plays on Prison Launcher, and the only way to get it to show up on Prison Launcher was to list it as a full release, non-beta, non-experimental mod pack. So I'm just like, well, I feel like this is good enough to be like, hey, this is releasable, and then sent it to CurseForge and was like, hey, just approve this, please. Now, and that's why I was like, so you guys can go install it if you want. And it would be awesome if I get some help with like configuring some of the other config files for people who know what the heck they're doing, or can just simply read better than I can, being a Dragon Ball fan. Oh, we want to run away from that. That did get a guy. That did get a guy. I didn't pull him back far, close enough. Sad. Okay. Oop. Oh, I thought there was one guy left up here. Okay. I am still quite rusty. I haven't been playing very much since I got back from vacation. Oh, there was going back to the Diablo thing. I am interested in getting. Well, I did buy the supporter pack for Path of Exile 2 because a lot of people have been saying that's really good, and I'm just like, well, I'm probably gonna play it at some point. I may as well just drop some money to be like, hey, this is cool, because a lot of my friends have been really up in arms about it. And it is in that genre that I am kind of wanting a game for right now. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Hey, guy, come here. Boop. And then that. There we go. I have been looking for a game in that genre, a action RPG style dungeon crawler, and so like Path of Exile 2 very much fits what I've been looking for. The only issue is I'm very afraid of that freaking Atlas tree. I'm just gonna have to get over it. There's a bunch of games that have that kind of style, and I just need to get over it, because if I don't, I'm just gonna be locking myself out of a bunch of games that realistically I shouldn't be because I enjoy the gameplay. Oh, that's right. Oop. Bang. Oh, what the heck? There we go. I might actually... You know what? It would be super fun for me to, like, record and post some videos on Path of Exile. What do you guys think? Would you guys want to see some Path of Exile gameplay? That might be some stuff I do after I get all of my other videos that I have in queue freaking posted right now. Because I have 2 videos recorded, and I'm recording this one as the 3rd one, and I haven't made thumbnails for the other 2. One of them I have uploaded, but I just have it privated right now. As of recording this, I have it privated, and I haven't made a thumbnail for it. I just haven't felt like it. That's been the thing that I've always hated about content creation, just making the thumbnails. I'm not a fan. Now, the outcome has always been cool. I've always loved, like, the outcome of making after I sit down and make a really cool thumbnail. Like the TK's Wave one. I thought that was a pretty cool thumbnail. YouTube didn't. YouTube kind of just shot that video in its face. But, I thought the thumbnail was pretty cool. I was happy with it, and that's really, again, that's been the focus here. Is like, what am I happy with? Am I happy with actually freaking getting the thumbnail done? I should probably go. Instead of recording this video, I should probably be setting up thumbnails for the last 2 videos that I've recorded. But whatever. Hi. Cool, we need to get over here. There we go. That could have ended up really poorly. Right. Whoops. He's close enough. Ah, yeah, he was. Let's go. Okay, dude. Bang. Oh. I guess I needed to slide shoot that. That's kind of sad. Okay. Dang. How do we get out of this little predicament here? We cry. That's what we do. We cry. We can kill you. I don't know if we can. There we go. Ah.
Just need something between me and your breath.
Ooh. Oh, none of us actually hit. I thought I saw a projectile land on that guy. That's kind of annoying. There we go. Now I can confirm there's a projectile, and he's dead. Beautiful. Bang. Yeah, so Path of Exile 2 would be fun, but there's this other game that I was looking at that falls under the same genre on paper. I haven't actually played it yet. I've been looking at it. It's called Grim Dawn. It looked like a smaller game. I got it for $2 from the Steam Winter Sale, and I was thinking about doing a playthrough of that on the channel as well, because I don't want to just play like a bigger game on here. I do want to start like playing smaller games and just having fun. And this would kind of give me the excuse to be like, hey, you should purchase this small little $2 game that you've been looking at but didn't want to purchase because you don't know if you're gonna like it. And being in the content creation space, I'm gonna be sharing my experience with other people, so other people get to watch and see what the heck I'm doing and what the heck the game is. I spend the $2 so that other people don't have to spend it if they don't like it. I also want to do some puzzle games. I think I brought up Baba Is You a couple times, but I played it a long time ago, and I kind of want to go back through and replay that as well. It's been long enough for me to like not remember most of it. I mean, with the Undertale stuff, because I'm pretty that video should come out before this one. If it doesn't, then there's something wrong. There is something severely wrong with how I am trying to set up the video in YouTube. Either that, or there is something severely wrong with my willpower to make a freaking thumbnail, because that's really the only thing that's preventing me from doing that. Well, I guess there is some editing that I have to do with that video that I don't really want to, because I want to do it like a 30-minute part, like per part series, like I happened with this. But the distance between the 30-minute mark and where I actually ended in that session are 15 minutes apart, and that was like the closest save state for that section. So I don't know if I actually, if I will end up posting that. We'll see. We'll see. I don't like my videos going that much over 30 minutes. There have been some, of course, that have gone over, and I just posted anyways. But I don't like it going over 30 minutes because I don't want to sit down and watch a video for longer than 30 minutes. Not because it's 30 minutes just in general, like short attention span, but because I don't have the time in the day to be like, hey, let's just sit down and watch this 1-hour gameplay video to get about 25 minutes of actual useful information and 45 minutes of rambling or freaking comedy tier comments. And it's like, That's not what I want to do. That's why I want to keep it like 30 minutes. I understand like the portions may still be in that same vein, but when it comes to it's like 30 minutes of a video isn't as bad of a I'm dotted. You. There we go. I did one hit? No. Alright, let's see. How can I... Oh, get off of me. Well, I was the one who's leading you. I guess I should just back off. Realistically, against Wotan, the Hustler would probably just overall be a better comm for this. But I'm using this class one with Cold Bore just simply because I saw it in my Purple Comm tier list video, and which all of those are like an hour long. But those actually have a lot of useful information. It's not just comedy or whatnot. It's actual useful information for the game. But when it came to those class mods, I went out and collected what I thought to be at least one perfect version of every single one of those comms before I posted each of those videos. The only one that there is an exception for was the first video, because I didn't know how I wanted to run that. I think I may have still had a copy of all of them, but I just didn't refarm it. I don't remember. I just know that one of it was oh, did I just, what the heck? Did he get by knockback or something? And that broke him? Well, that sucks. Where's his... Okay. Whatever. God dang it. I need to learn how to swap reload. I just haven't felt like learning how to do it. Oh. Here it is. It's right here. There we go. Now top half is dead. Alright, can we get a nice shot here? None of those were the kind of shot that I was looking for. That's sad. Didn't get the funny shot that I got last run. That's fine. I hope you all enjoyed this video. That's a takedown confirmed with a satisfaction. I hope you found that satisfactory. Not. That's a game that I've been told to play. I've tried to play it and I couldn't really get into it. But I might give it another shot at some point. We'll see. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.